Hey guys, it's LEGO4299 here with another custom LEGO minifigure showcase video, and today I have my two custom minifigures from the CW Flash TV show, and we have the two Rogues, Captain Cold and Heatwave from the Flash. Now I know Captain Cold and Heatwave will be in Legend of Tomorrow, and I could have just saved these two figures until then, but I've had them done for quite a while. Captain Cold I even brought to Brick Fair with Malcolm Merlin, and Heatwave I've had finished for quite a while, and I just thought I don't have a lot of videos to do, so I might as well put these two out and just do this showcase video. They're kind of a little bit old, but I just wanted to get it out here. So yeah, I will hopefully have more videos out in the coming weeks. CW wise, I want to try to make the Arrow Season 4 outfit and the Flash Season 2 outfit sometime during the series, both premieres. Not around the premiere, but like afterwards, and see if I can get those two figures out around the series is just more or less going on. But yeah, without further ado, let's go into a full close-up 360 of these minifigures. Alright, so here we have Captain Cold from the CW, Leonard Snart, played by, I forget his name, but he was in Prison Break, and I remember watching Prison Break on Netflix with my mom and my dad. We started binge watching the whole series, and he's an amazing actor. When I heard he was playing like Captain Cold, I was really excited for the episode, and that was one of the best episodes that they made. And it's really cool to see him continue in the show, and I really do enjoy his acting, and especially as Leonard Snart. I'm sorry I can't remember his name right now. You could probably look him up if you just did Flash and then put down the cast or stuff. But overall, this minifigure is very simple. He's been done for quite a while, and it's very reminiscent of MGF Custom / Reviews minifigure. I'll pull up a photo right here. The reason for that is I thought he had a very nice representation of Captain Cold and very accurate overall, and Captain Cold's very simple, and we made the same minifigure overall, and I just noticed that I took a lot of elements from his figures, such as the smirk on the face and the use of the gun, but the coloring's a little different. His is a little bit of a darker blue, mine's a little bit lighter blue, and the hood is different, but besides that, the face and the gun are mainly kind of similar. Let's go over his accessory real quick. So overall, he does have his cold gun here, and utilizing to make this is a Nasher shotgun from Gears of War, and this mold is made by Brick Warriors. You can easily pick it up. Link will be in the description down below to this gun. And overall, I just painted the entire thing in silver, and in silver, and then it has the blue little lining, like the blue on the muzzle, and then the two little blue stripes on the sides, and the two little blue bolts. And then it has, like silver detailing, and this was in a gunmetal mold, and the gunmetal parts are not painted. Those are part of the mold, but overall, just the lighter silver and the blue and the black lines are painted on by me to make it into his gun. And I know it's a little long, it is supposed to be shorter, and should not have like a hinge, I forget how to say that, but it's just the lever action, there you go, on the gun. But the minifigure overall is very simple. The arms are literally just painted blue arms in this lighter bluish color, and then it's got some black hands for black gloves, and then this was the first minifigure I did try a trench coat on, and as you can see, it is gotten a little old. It's kind of coming off, but I can fix that probably. But you can see there is a little pocket up there and a pocket up here with two silver buttons to represent, just buttons. And then you got buttons on the side of the coat with the curl, and then you got the zipper on the one side, and that's about it for the trench coat. There's not much else on it. And then on the hood piece here, you can see it is just the, like these hoods were introduced in the LEGO Star Wars sets for 2011, I think, when they were redoing like all the like Empire Strikes Back sets for Hoth anyway, and they had these for like Han Solo. And more or less I took one, I painted it in the same blue color you see on the trench coat, and painted the scarf piece in black just to match the undercoat, and kept the tan as it is. So let me remove that real quick. As you can see, it is fully removable, it does not scratch the head off, and as you can see inside, it's all tan and stuff like that. So it worked out very nice. I do like using that. And let me real quick take out the trench coat so I can show you the inside of the torso. Alright, so the inside of the torso is very simple. As you can see, this is a black torso with like the like undershirt painted on there, like the little collar piece, and then you got some black wrinkles, and then you do have a belt piece that we'll get into more. And like it's just a belt piece with like some black lining and stuff like that. It does not continue on the side of the minifigure because the trench coat does cover it up. So let me put the trench coat back on because this just looks really weird. Okay, so we got all his accessories back on, well, just more or less his clothing. But he does have some black boots, as you can see, that do just wrap around the entire figure. They're just like painted in a matted black color just to represent like the boots on his legs. And there is nothing painted on the legs, and he just has his belt. And yeah, so that is really about it for Captain Cold. Like I said, he's kind of a simple minifigure, even more simple than Malcolm Merlin. Malcolm Merlin's a little bit more of a complicated figure, but this one was pretty simple to make, and I do enjoy having a figure of Captain Cold from the CW, my favorite variant of Captain Cold ever made, live action wise, or either way, he displays Captain Cold perfectly, the personality and everything about him. And I think this minifigure turned out pretty nice. I know it's very reminiscent of MGF Customs, and hopefully you guys don't criticize me for that, but we made the same figure. Alright guys, so here we have Heatwave. Now, Heatwave is also a very simple minifigure, and well, in regard to a lot of other figures I've made, these two have been pretty simple. And like Yellow Jacket regards, if you guys look at my Yellow Jacket figure and these figures, these ones are a lot more simple. Yellow Jacket was very complicated. Now, Heatwave, believe it or not, was technically done before my Avengers Age of Ultron showcase. You guys remember there was this photo I put out that was like teasing my Avengers stuff on my Twitter, and if you notice in the background there was Heatwave. So I've had Heatwave done for a long time. That was like one of my first attempts at Heatwave with not having a trench coat, and all he just had like a tan torso with like the trench coat painted on. But then when I made Captain Cold with like the trench coat, I just thought he needs a trench coat too, so I ordered one of those tan trench coats. It took me 2 attempts to do this with the trench coat anyway, but I was able to pull it off pretty well, and I do like this minifigure in the long run. And I did have a different head for him that I can pop it up, and when I was painting it, it looked like he had sunglasses, and I kind of messed around with that quite a bit. But yeah, so we're going to go over his accessory real quick. Now, I did make himself his heat gun. Now, his heat gun is accurate in size in comparison to Captain Cold's gun. Captain Cold's gun should be about the same length as that one, but this one is a little shorter and a little more accurate in that regard. And the way I made this gun anyway, guys, is this is a Brickforge SMG from Halo. And what I did is I cut off the bottom piece here, it was like the grip, and then I cut off the scope and the barrel of the gun, and then I took green stuff and sculpted the front of this, and then I sculpted a canister, and then I sculpted this tube that wraps around here and glues onto there, and more or less is painted black with all the markings in silver and orange, and made out to be a pretty cool accessory, one of my favorite accessories I've ever attempted to make, and it turned out really nice. I really do like it, and it's very accurate in size and everything. So yeah, so that's how I made my heat gun. It's not like you can go buy this somewhere. This isn't like a sculpt that someone made. I made this mainly with just the SMG from Brickforge that I got from a Brickforge pack at Brick Fair 2014, I think. And I did bring this gun to Brick Fair, and Captain Cold was holding it because he wasn't done yet. But yeah, so that's his gun. I'm going to move that out of the way a little bit. Even though that's like one of the highlights of this figure for me is just that gun and how awesome it turned out. So yeah, so I think we'll go over the head real quick. Now the head, I did paint my own, and it didn't look so well. I didn't like the goggles. The goggles on this one are okay. I still don't like them as much as I hoped I would. But the goggles do wrap around. As you can see, there is the buckle on the back of the goggles, and the hair is like a matted, watered down hair all the way around like the top of the head. It actually turned out nicer than I thought it would, with like the what do you call it? And then I don't know my words at this point. But as you can see, on the front of the mouth is actually a Lego mouth. I used one of the Clone Trooper heads. You know, those infamous, annoying-looking Clone Trooper heads that LEGO gave us with, like, them always looking angry. I never liked them, but after I painted on a stubble and I put on the goggles, I was like, it actually looks really nice for a Heatwave head, and I do like how it looks. So, yeah, that's where I got the head from. Now, the torso, if I can open this up here, because I'm not going to take this trench coat off, but because the torso is just really simple. So the torso is just a light gray with some markings, and then, you know, the exposed flesh at the top there, with some cuffs on the top, so it looks pretty nice. And then the legs are just some tan legs, as you guys can see, with a lot of various linings and kind of like splattered gray to make it look like he's dirty like he does. and that's about it for the legs. So it's very simple. And then the trench coat, as you can see, is cut up in the right degrees and angles and stuff, and you can see the buttons and the little like sorry for the little bit of background noise there, but you can see the pouches and then the buttons going all the way around. But as you guys can see, the minifigure does have the elbow pads on the back of the arms. He does have the pouches on the top right there, and also the pouch over there. And that pouch does not have the button like this one does. He's got gray hands with a little bit of splattered on light gray to give it kind of that look that he has. It's like a weathered look. And then the torso trench coat, as you can see, has all the dots and buttons and various buckles and pouches that are accurate to the his like trench coat he does wear. Sorry, I'm moving the base a little bit. And then the top is painted in brown, just like how it is in the film. I mean the series, not the film. And you can see I do have his boots painted on the bottom there, and they do wrap around to the inside of the boots' legs as well. As you can see, they are all the way around. And yeah, there's not much else to go over on Heatwave. He's a very simple minifigure, just like I said with Captain Cold, and I'm just happy to have both of them. And then hopefully I can make a Flash someday and be able to pair them up with the Flash. So that'd be pretty cool. That's about it for this showcase video, guys, on Captain Cold and Heatwave from the CW. Hope you guys enjoyed the figures. Comment below what you think, and if you did enjoy the minifigures, don't forget to give a like down below, or dislike, rate the video how you wish. I like to hear you guys' opinions. And if you guys want to stay updated with me, don't forget to check out my Flickr and Twitter and secondary channel. Those are all in the description down below. Links will be in the description down below. Yeah, I can't speak today. But yeah, I've been pretty busy, guys, but hopefully I'll be able to crank out a few more figures in the next coming weeks. And I know the Captain Cold figure is very resemblant of Michael MGF's Captain Cold. I did inspire it off of his quite a bit, especially the gun. Yeah, so without further ado, I'm gonna go. Hope you guys have a nice day, and God bless you people of justice. See ya. You know that's an Asher shotgun, right? What?